Are you taking action or standing still? Are you actively doing or letting others do? Are you taking charge or letting others take control of your life? A misplaced view can compromise your vision. We need to understand that we don't walk by sight. We walk by faith. Regardless of everything around us, God is always in control of everything. We often become accustomed to the traps we set for ourselves in our own path. Self-sabotage, procrastination, fears, and insecurities can paralyze us, and anxiety can keep us stuck without making the necessary changes. Lack of focus because we don't prioritize what needs to be prioritized, constant forgetfulness because our brains are overwhelmed, these become the norm in our lives. Whether you're doing things perfectly or imperfectly, the crucial thing is that you take action from the beginning. Act, whether it's done well or poorly, make it happen. Some people think so much that they do nothing. Others think less and do something, and doing something is better than doing nothing. So, who has power? Those who act correctly or incorrectly, or those who act? Many people give up even before failing. If you look at a journey, you'll see that many don't reach the end, what we call success in life, because they quit along the way, even before encountering any kind of error, failure, or defeats, which are normal along the path. You give up. Resting doesn't mean you failed. Most people are running on a treadmill and not on the track. Maybe you're running on the treadmill now. Running on the treadmill means preparing. When I'm prepared, I'll go and do that. When I'm prepared, I'll go and do that. But you know when you'll really be prepared? When you do it. Because nothing teaches more than the battlefield. Nothing teaches more than grappling with the problem. You only find the solution when you're in the problem. We get used to things, and little by little our lives are devoured, a small bite at a time. Often when we realize it, a huge piece of our life is gone, devoured bit by bit. And when this happens frequently, there's no turning back. That part of our life is gone, and now we have to learn to live with the scar left by its absence. We get used to it, but we shouldn't, because the consequences of getting used to things that harm us are very dangerous and very sad. So, the big question for us is, why do we get used to things that harm us? Things that make us unhappy or prevent us from achieving the happiness we desire. The sad news is that you'll only find your success or retrieve it from within you after you go through failure. You have to go through it. Face your incompetence first to find out how it is and what skills you actually have to develop. What attitudes you have to develop, and not be a coward in front of it. Oh, I don't want to face it because it's too ugly. It's horrible. It's your worst side. It's the worst thing you have in you. And that's why you're afraid. You're not afraid of others. You're not afraid of competitors. You're afraid of what you'll see within you if you make the journey inside you. We, as human beings, suffer more in imagination than in reality. Pains and difficulties are real, of course, but suffering is a choice. When your pain is real, choosing suffering means living as a slave to that pain. And often, we suffer for things that exist almost exclusively within our minds, within our heads. This is a matter of focus. Those who focus on pain, problems, and anguish are choosing to live in suffering. So I ask you, where is your focus? Is it on nurturing pain, lamenting difficulties, or is your focus on controlling what's within your reach so you can face your obstacles, to combat what hurts you? To achieve an existence that makes you proud? Is your goal bold? Is your goal really bold? Because only bold goals will make you move. Only bold goals will take you out of your comfort zone. Only bold goals will mobilize you to change. Because often, our greatest enemy is not another human being. It's ourselves. Many of the traps we insist on falling into were set by ourselves. It's self-sabotage. Does change have different phases? Depending on the phase you're in regarding what you want to change in your life, the tool for you to change is different. In other words, there are tools. change tools, more suitable for each of the phases. And when you use the wrong tool, your change has a great chance of not working out. So I ask you, do you know which phase of change you're in regarding what you want to change in your life today? Did you know that your emotional profile, that is, the way your emotions work, is directly linked to your personality? After you truly understand all of this, you'll never look at yourself in the same way, and you won't look at other human beings in the same way. Dedicate yourself with care to the journey. Try for a week to dedicate yourself to self-knowledge. Sometimes things won't change around you, but they can change within you. Many times we'll face extremely challenging situations, entirely pessimistic environments. But we're not driven by what's around us. For us, the sun always shines because God is in control of everything.